Watch him pull an AR-15 on the highway patrol.
A driver pulled over for speeding pointed a rifle at a highway patrol officer yesterday. CHP says it happened just north of Reading on I-5. An officer stopped a vehicle on the Mountain Gate off-ramp. The driver, they say, got out of the car, pointed the AR-style assault rifle toward the officer. Officials say the suspect re-entered his vehicle and then they started pursuit. Vehicle continued southbound, driving at varying speeds before exiting the freeway at Oasis, continuing for about 2 miles west before stopping near Vigil Court. The suspect taken into custody, booked into Shasta County Jail.
What the f***?
Sent this video because you either said or posted on social media the following statement: more white people are killed by the cops than black people. There's 191 million white people, 42 million black people. You divide 191 by 42 and you find out there's 4.55 as many white people as there are black people. So in 2019 there was 370 white people killed by the cops. Again, 370 divided by 4.5 will yield the number 82. That's how many black people should have been killed by the cops if all things were equal, if it was proportionate. However, there was 235 black people killed by the cops. Divided by 82, the number it should have been, you'll find out that that's a number 2.87 times higher than what it should have been. There's 3 times as many black people killed than white people by the cops per capita. So there you have it. Now you understand the numbers. You understand what you were saying was wrong. You can stop saying that.
Shout out to Miss Anderson for letting me know that obviously I was muted. Can't cut that out. Can't edit that out. It is what it is. But basically what we have going on here is that you have a Caucasian individual that is armed and dangerous, armed to the teeth, right? And traffic stop took place, and inevitably this individual decided to step out of said vehicle and aim a fully loaded weapon at a police officer. That's incredible. I thought they said only the blacks do stuff like this, right? So let's look at the story. So it says that a driver was arrested Tuesday after pointing a rifle at a California Highway Patrol officer during a traffic stop just north of Reading on Interstate 5. According to the CHP, a car was pulled over on the Mountain Gate off-ramp for speeding when the driver exited and pointed an AR-style assault rifle at the officer conducting the stop. Officer stated that the driver got back into his vehicle and drove off, prompting a pursuit with additional units. The pursuit continued southbound at varying speeds before the driver exited the freeway at Oasis Road, traveling for about 2 miles west before stopping near Vigil Court. The suspect was taken into custody without further incident and booked into Shasta County Jail. No injuries were reported, right? So now I just want to give you guys the footage because, again, it's a little bit, amazing to see somebody such as this deciding that they want to get out of a car over a simple traffic stop and they want to brandish a firearm at an officer that's simply doing his job. Again, they like to say that only blacks are violent, only blacks do stuff like this. It's a little bit weird, a little bit crazy, because I know that if my black self would have gotten directly out of a vehicle and had a weapon such as that and aimed it at a patrol car, I would not be alive to tell the tale. But complexion for the protection, I guess. It's crazy. He actually walked down. He walked that car back. He kept moving a few more feet. And I'm like, so out of all the times I done stories and I've watched cops jump on the hood of cars that were trying to just drive off, they didn't want to stop. So the cops decide that they want to hang on to the car and fire into the car, or they want to jump on the hood of the car and fire through the windshield. So you mean to tell me that his life was actually, this is a point in time I can say that his life was threatened. That dude had a fully locked and loaded AR directly in his hands, pointed at the squad car. Why is it that the cop was like, you know what? I'm going to preserve life today, and I'm going to put this car in reverse, and I'm going to drive like I've never drove before. So you mean to tell me that your life is actually in danger? I can sit up and say that your life is in danger, and you proceed to run? That's a little bit weird, because there's a lot of unarmed black people in the United States, including kids, that have had their lives taken, and they were not in anywhere near any type of closeness such as this to any type of a weapon. They couldn't even call upon God to just open up the skies and throw down a sword so that they can defend themselves. They had nothing. But yet, you know, they were bullet ridden. They were found in somebody's morgue somewhere. They're buried 6 feet deep. But this man right here was able to just clearly walk down the squad car with no problem. Nothing happened. Not even no type of taser, pepper spray, not even a stink bomb. Nothing. Wow, that is wild. All over a traffic stop. What? And you know the craziest part is looking at the excuses that white people have online for this. Like, oh, well, you know, PTSD, you know, military, you know, something probably happened at home. You know, he's probably, you know, emotionally, he's not there. The amount of excuses that I literally see from white folks online dealing with this story is crazy. That is diabolical. Wow. But like I said before, let this have been somebody black. Decided to pull up on a squad car. Matter of fact, just go up to a squad car with a cell phone to see if you make it. go up to a random cop at a squad car and just like have something black in your hand. Oh, he has a weapon. Get on the ground. Blah, 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 blah. That's it. It's gonna sound like a Michael Bay film. That's it. Like I said, we've seen it too many times. If people don't know what I'm saying, go do your research. Go look at videos. I've sat up there and posted videos. I've literally posted videos where cops were quote unquote chasing somebody and the person had a cell phone in their hand and you could clearly see on the body cam that it's a cell phone in the person's hand. You know what the cop yells? Weapon, he got a weapon. Bah, 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 bah. You would have thought it was the 4th of July. Because this is how they want to overreact when it's somebody black. But let it be somebody like this true American right here. I value life. I want to preserve life. I don't really see him as, you know, an immediate threat. The suspect didn't look like he was going to really try to aim directly at me or harm me. You know, it was a split-second decision, and you know, within those 5 to 10 minutes, I assessed that he was not really a threat, even though he has a firearm and it's locked and loaded and the safety is completely off and he's walking towards my squad car in a very aggressive manner. You know, I assessed that, you know, there was no reason for me to actually, you know, put fire out. It's crazy. It's diabolical. Somebody said that he didn't shoot. There's a big difference. Now, you know, the stupidest thing directly about what you said is I literally stated before you wrote that dumb comment that there are tons of unarmed black people throughout the last 10 years who have had incidences with police, and police have decided to either yell weapon or to call out that they see a weapon, and we all found out that it was a cell phone. Guess what? Those black people didn't fire anything either, but they're bullet ridden now. They're no longer existing. People had to sit up there and bury their teenagers, either male or female. But yet you want to sit up here and be like, oh, but the big difference is he didn't sit up there and shoot. Neither did the unarmed black people. That's the whole point of me saying exactly what it is that I stated. That's crazy. Diabolical.